Welcome everybody to our grand final time. Team Spirit going up against Team Empire. We could have had a rematch of our 140-minute game between Vega and Empire, but Team Spirit have fought their way through, crushing Vega. And the man who was with me for that series, as well as for the previous series in CIS, Fogged. Welcome back, man.
Hello.
Hello.
It's a shame you had to turn that music off. I actually like that song.
I love that song.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a little like, I don't know if we're assuming too much when we play such a song. It's like a little too stereotypical to play The Hunt for Red October, but either way,
I like it.
yeah, I enjoy the music. So Empire versus Spirit. Let's talk about Team Spirit. Let's start with these guys. They just fought their way through the lower bracket.
Yeah, and they looked hot. They crushed it not only in the draft. Their drafts looked very smart overall, but also FNG's movement both games was on point. He's been playing super well this morning for us. And yeah, they looked incredibly good. I didn't really expect them to take out Vega in such fashion. But Empire also, especially since yesterday, like we said, we had that 140-minute game which we had the pleasure to cast.
It was actually wonderful to cast.
They looked great though. Overall their
Yeah.
entire game plan, like they had a exact thing that they wanted to achieve. They hit it at like 50 minutes. Of course, game got prolonged an extra 80, but
well, you could definitely say that performing into a later game, they make the right decisions to win the game.
Yeah.
Even when no real decisions present themselves that help you to obviously win the game, they persist and they don't screw up
yeah,
too much.
not too much.
not
But they've
too
all,
much.
it's like, I just like when I see a full team doing well. It's like when one player is just popping off and it's like, wow, Iceberg's just like owning. That's great for a team. But when I see all 5 people cohesively just crushing a game, that's like the best feeling. And that's what I felt like I saw from Empire. Miposhka, that decision to go for the Aghanims on Disruptor yesterday, pretty much won them the game straight up. Ghostic Sanking performance as well. Just like the core is like everybody on the side of Empire and specifically is holding their weight and more so. And then as well from this morning, from what I saw from Team Spirit, everybody held their own. Everybody actually played super well. The only one who didn't play like incredibly well, like stand out or anything, was Vanscore. But it's not like he played bad. He just was playing Jakiro both games that I saw. So
Yeah.
it's like his job was pretty straightforward.
Speaking of the Jakiri, like you said, he played in both games,
Yeah.
unbanned in the first phase, unpicked in the first phase. We get the Crystal Maiden instead arriving. How do you think it's going to work with like the timing changes? Jakiro, obviously a great hero, adding pressure and giving you that teamfight combination with the Faceless Void. Void was banned out, so Team Spirit now go with what? There's Clockwork, and that's to replace the Void? Or do we see the Clockwork being the rotation hero? Do we see that being FNG's
FNG
hero?
played the clock before, however, we still don't know where it's going to go. Other than that, the Void was also played safe lane by BZZ
Because
in both games by Spirit.
In both games?
Yeah.
And then they ran Brood off lane and Razor off lane?
Sanking.
Sorry, SK off lane?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll change it a bit, but I think we'll still see the same kind of early aggression coming out from Spirit, especially from FNG. This guy likes to make moves around the map.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. The Crystal Maiden, very good versus Sanking, that root option, and just, I mean, this is a duo we've seen for quite a long time, Clockwork, Crystal Maiden. If it is the 2 supports, we still don't know exactly.
Well, the
Empire.
Razor pick will come, but it comes in the hands of Team Empire as opposed to Team Spirit.
Yep, Empire's still picking their similar kind of draft. The AA is the only kind of new hero. I know they've played it recently in the past. In some of their games, they had a puck with it with AA in 2 of their instances. And with the Sanking, it's great kind of like duo that works well with Cold Feet because you can most of the time get Cold Feet off right away after a Burrow Strike and it stuns as well. But also just the amplification of magic damage from the Ice Vortex is god tier with Sanking.
Do you think it's so Team Empire can actually be aggressive? I know Berlini was a little bit hesitant saying like AA in aggressive tri lanes. Like, didn't seem to be his thing in the series earlier today. But if there's another hero in combination, SK plus AA plus 1, maybe they can actually contest Team Spirit safe laner depending who that will be.
Can be possible. Definitely possible. It's a hero that's been rising more in the last couple months again with the buffs that he's been getting and the nerfs to the other supports, of course. Team Spirit pretty much has their cookie cutter opener though. This is what they've picked in the majority of their games, the Crystal Maiden and the Clockwork, and they get a 3rd pick Bristle.
Yeah, he's the big one.
But they pick the Bristle into a Razor, into AA, and
Yeah.
now it's a 3rd pick Bristle. So Empire has a lot of options that they can go for if they want to try to even counter the Bristle even more. But AA and Razor are both very good versus Bristle, even Sanking. Just having that kind of disable, you can get kind of in front of him right afterwards and try to bring him down. All three of these heroes are actually pretty okay versus Bristleback.
Well, who else do we actually have? Like, Necro always appears on my list as the counter to a Bristleback.
Yep, Necro and Sven are the bigs.
There's also the Diffusal Carriers or the straight-up mana burning like anti-mages, which can be picked in the safe lane against the Bristleback. Another hero to look towards. Queen of Pain will actually be the choice, which adds a bit of a question mark to the lane if you run a Razor 1 and a Quap 2.
I think that would
if it's
more
actually
than likely be the case.
If it's actually the 3 first heroes together, like pressuring that safe lane. I have to wait and see.
They've got a lot of ambiguity in their lineup already. Like, we really don't know where these are going to be. Ideally, they want to pair the Razor near like the Bristleback, but I don't know if they want to run an aggro. It's possible though. They, you know, Clockwork and Crystal Mid, and they don't really. If these are the supports, they don't really help the lane so much. CM quite weak at the start in comparison to Sanking AA.
It's the advantage for Team Empire having the last pickup. They'll see exactly what Team Empire's Team Spirit's lineup is. So by picking the Queen of Pain, maybe Spirit aren't at all favorable with having Bristle versus Quap. Quap able to disengage from the Quill, so it may help Team Empire to push that Bristle back into the safe lane. And Team Spirit saying, okay, we need to actually pick up a different mid, someone that's going to perform better against the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, Bristle does very well versus Quap though. You know, you don't have any kill opportunity or threaten opportunity. I've seen no one actually kill a Quap before as Bristle at I think Epicenter, which was absurd. But you just always turn your back when the Shadow Strike ticks, and you should be able to farm, and you'll have Ancients kind of like set up for you. But overall, Queen of Pain in a game versus Bristleback, you can avoid him very well, and you push lanes out much faster.
Team Spirit's doing the same thing. It's hard to read that lineup as well. Like, you don't know if it's Clock ES cause, if it's just going to be ES rotating. We've leaned more towards the ES actually being a strong laner. With a little bit of help, maybe you can even outlane the SK, and you can get the Bristleback to push to the off lane for Team Spirit, so they also have some dynamicness. And Empire just ban out against the mid. They ban out the DK, very solid hero against the Queen of Pain. And against almost anyone that wants to try and gank him.
Yeah, DK's been looking a lot stronger overall in majority of the games. Just gives you that kind of group death ball kind of strategy. But so far, I'm really liking what Empire's got on the table. Spirit, recognizing, you know, they don't really have crazy lockdown for the Quap yet. You know, grabbing the Earthshaker gives you more team fight as well, which they were kind of lacking between their first 3.
Alright, Spirit, final ban. Let's get into this. Quick game's a good game, right, Fogged? No waiting around today.
Just in case. I've never seen Ghostic play like Razor or Quap, but you know they're still saying it. You don't know what could happen.
Hey, you're really thinking Empire would?
I don't think they'll do it, but there's always that fear factor, right?
Well, yeah, after the last series,
I mean, it's into an Earthshaker and a Bristle.
It's possible.
I mean, it's very unlikely that Empire will pick it. It's a very low chance they'll pick the Meepo, but it's always a fear. It's always in the back of your minds.
All right, Nature's Prophet, goodbye. No push. No, at least global split push coming from them. And FNG doesn't have a lot of extra time. Nice thing for Team Empire too, they got the extra 58 seconds worth of extra time going into their last pickup, so they got a lot of time to discuss Team Spirit's lanes. Where Spirit's now got 3, 2, SF. So Bristle 1 position,
Shaker off.
SF2.
Shaker or Clock off lane, more than likely the Shaker off lane.
But both you're going to respond to in a very similar way, as far as like how you lane against them.
So they've got the Clockwork Shadow Fiend combo, so they're going to have full souls at the start for the Shadow Fiend. That being said, Empire can go for some type of first blood play that we have seen them doing. Oh, they go for Enigma.
Hello, Governor.
You happy, Toby?
I'm always happy to have an Enigma game. It's a Ghostic Enigma.
Yep, so lane's pretty straightforward here. You know, we have Phobos in the offlane on the Shaker, Ghostic offlane on the Enigma, FN mid versus Iceberg, and Chappie safe lane, and Bristleback safe lane.
Yeah,
so,
it's a BZZ.
I am overall liking Empire's draft. I really like their aggression that they can put on the map and the way that they can push lanes out better than Spirit.
I'm concerned about the Enigma getting... Actually, maybe not so much.
There's a Clockwork.
Yeah, Clockwork is the issue, and you have to sit into a good position where it can hookshot and catch the Enigma. Not an easy thing to do in the new Black Hole when everyone is spinning around, so you can never really guarantee you're going to hit Ghostic. The easier ones, like if it was Nurse Shaker support, I'd say that's the best one, because you just have a Fissure. Every single time the Enigma shouldn't get his ulti off.
Until later.
Until the BKB,
yeah.
at which point it's only the Clockwork that can stop the Enigma. Everyone else won't do jack.
Yeah, so this should be interesting. I mean, Ghostic should be able to just pull the lane back and be very obnoxious to this Bristle, and to this safe lane in general, deny them a lot of farm.
Or do you do it to the off lane? Like, if this is going to be an Earthshaker off lane, can you run Enigma down there? Push, raise it, I'm just thinking about the lane.
They could go aggro. They could definitely go aggro here on Empire still. I mean, it's a very strong aggro in comparison. It's Clockwork, CM, Bristleback versus SKAA Razor, if that's the case. I think Empire has variety and versatility in their lanes if they want to do that. But I don't think they need to, per se. I think Enigma is fine if he just goes off lane, because you can just pull the lane back all the time. But yeah, I'm really liking what Empire's brought to the table. I think Spirit's lineup also has its strengths in the mid game and stuff, especially when they get like BKB on the Shadow Fiend and Vanguard on the Bristleback. They can actually make a lot happen, but I like the aggression coming out from Empire beside the Enigma.
Just a reminder, everyone, whoever watches me cast, don't use headphones, use speakers. Seems we were a little loud when we started. But,
yeah.
Welcome to the delay we have to use for this stream. So it is very high. We had Rob come in here and try and tweak it out, so hopefully...
He's like, oh god, it's Toby now in there. I gotta go change the whole system.
Can't handle it.
Alright though, we got a best of 5 on our hands, Toby.
We do. And it could easily go the distance with these two teams.
Oh yeah. Very equally matched.
Okay, they have to 3-man this to try and do... I can't even get the proper angle. Let me get the proper angle on this. There we go. Yeah. Efficiency.
So Empire is not going for a first blood play on the Shadow Fiend. They're just going to deal with the fact that he has max souls. Maybe we'll see an early rotation coming out for a gank, but I actually do not see a smoke on the Sanking or the AA. So that's the nice thing about like what I've been seeing, especially with Empire, them picking the Razor. It leaves, and I've talked about it over and over again, it leaves their opportunities for these supports to do so much on the map. And right away, getting aggressive, yeah, with the Sanking AA. Of course, with Chilling Touch, you cannot really contest the rune against them. And this is the dream as a 4 Sanking, getting a bounty rune at the start of the game.
It's also because you come so late when you do the cog block, the cog trick. Like, it just takes you forever to get to that rune.
Absolutely.
But as we've said many times in the past, you're happy to accept it. You've already got plus 29 damage on the Shadow Fiend going into the lane. And FNG's going to start in the mid lane. If it's not just a block, it may be to try and harass out.
He's been doing this like all the games that they've been playing. He starts mid and taunts it. Yeah. So Miposhka is well going to mirror mid since they know the Shadow Fiend has the souls to start. He throws the Chilling Touch onto himself and the Queen of Pain to contest the CS early on. Should be able to get most of them, at least with the first 3 attacks from each of them. But we'll see how that happens. Can feel that Empire already though, like they have a clear game plan coming into this game because they even block the pull and they block the hard camp in the top lane. One of them gets dewarded, of course, but they already had a plan going into this one. They want to be able to pull the lane back over and over again with the Enigma and have Team Spirit not really have too many ways to take the wave back onto their side.
Man, FNG's making so much space for Iceberg. Just keep pushing back Miposhka as well as FM with Cog. He's only level 1, so he's not burning that much mana, but they put a fresh Observer Ward down as well, making sure that if FNG does leave, Iceberg still has the vision advantage in mid.
So Roger stacked his small camp at the start, and he actually leveled Sandstorm at the start. So he wanted to be able to jungle that, but with that nice placed Observer Ward from Team Spirit, DK Phobos keeps seeing him whenever he tries to do it, and it's, Sentry's just out of range of the Obs.
Yep. It's right on the corner. Like, it's difficult with the Ward Cosmetic to work out the exact spot, but that has to be right on the edge. If it was any further up north, it would have been visible. First blood. Hey! Sorry.
Just from auto attacks. That was kind of unexpected.
Caught the tail end of it. Looks like FM blinked away after Shadow Strike.
Yeah.
Might have baited FNG into fighting a little bit harder. And FNG actually brings a salve for Iceberg.
He's been doing this in all his games. He's being so obnoxious as this Clockwork. But yeah, giving up the early first blood. He's dual lane mid. It's the meta. And now we have Roger racing toward the bounty rune. DK Phobos got the one bottom, but Roger looking to get the opposite.
It sounded like Mario Kart for a second there. He's got the boost. Going over. Critical miss there from Iceberg. Really wanted to connect on the raise against FN. With that double damage rune, doesn't take much just to punch him and do a fair chunk of damage. Or dagger him and do a fair chunk of damage. Bristol's had a decent time on top lane.
Ooh,
14-5
FNG's got to
to
be
him.
careful here. You think he's just dead, actually, to like one more right click. But, oh, the mana burn from the cogs. FN actually is going to be turned on. And FNG gets denied. Oh my goodness. That uphill miss saving FNG, but then FN walking into the cogs. Oh, so unfortunate for him there, getting that blink mana burned, because he had just enough. He had 80 mana, and then he gets hit by the cog. That's rough.
I kind of wanted to see what would happen if Iceberg had a higher level up in Necromastery, denies his own teammate. I know what happens like when you kill a hero, you go full souls.
Yeah, you go full souls when you deny your teammates.
When you deny your teammates as well?
Yep.
Well, it would have been great if he was level 4 by that point.
Yeah.
He's only 3.5.
That's the dream, like at the start. If there's like a Veno or like a Queen of Pain and they poison your teammate and they're about to die, you get to deny as the Shadow Fiend and you're just like, oh, okay, thank you. That's
awesome.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool interaction.
Alright, well, Flying Courier is coming out. It's only bringing the... it's got a bottle, Observer Ward as well.
Well, yeah, you don't get full souls, but you get 12 souls. Sorry, that's right. Because the hero kills 12.
Yeah. That would have given him full.
Yeah. Just wanted to be specific for those who don't know exactly how it works. But yeah, you get 12 souls for killing heroes.
A lot of heroes rotating around now. SK, Maposhka and Roger looking for the opening. FNG's going to break the smoke and also scout out the Ancient Apparition, and it's a better time. Phobos was just rotating over, looking for the rune, and they're going to get more than just the rune. The Ancient Apparition kill. He can Vortex down, but the support is coming in. Moved at the last moment towards the Ancients, hoping for the denial. Roger, Burrow Strike just gets away. Actually didn't have to use that at the end of the day, but maybe a little bit intimidated. There may be more coming at him. Meanwhile, Vanskor also has the greatest Crystal Maiden hair set.
What is that one? What the heck?
Yeah, it's actually one of the very few hair sets that give her black hair.
That one is really cool. I've never seen
Really?
that one.
That's your description?
Oh, that's what you get for looking.
Well, I'm no peeping Tom on cosmetic items like that, but well done, Vanskor. Well done. Alright, so Ghost Stick. Actually, what's the level difference? It's a full level difference between Chappie as well as BZZ.
Yeah, they've been leaving
it's the same for Vanskor as well as SK.
Yeah. That's what we were talking about, though, right? The Razor is a hero that can be left alone. You can make a lot of moves around the map, and Roger's been trying to be as efficient as possible. Not only with his movements to steal bounty runes and stuff, but also with stacking the small camp and farming with Sandstorm over and over again. So he doesn't want to get far behind.
Oh, Iceberg. He knows FN's so low. Courier is currently sending his bottle back to base. It's got the ring of regen, but that belongs to the SK.
Yep, they're going to shrine up, though.
Yep.
So Sand King level 3, doing okay. A little bit behind the Crystal Maiden.
Bringing more help again. FNG looking to mess with Roger, push him back. He'll Burrow Strike in. Now he's got no mana whatsoever, so Phobos lets the fissure go, and Sand King will fall to FNG's battery assault. That was the worst way that situation could have played out for Roger.
The cogs are actually just owning mana so far. That's twice now that people have gotten and died because of it. Sure, he could have, he may have been able to Sandstorm. Of course, there's going to be like an enchant totem or fissure to break the Sandstorm, but yeah, Roger just gets and brought down very easily.
Seems like a really good start for Team Spirit.
Yeah.
You've now got Action Rune on the SF as well. He's picked up a Haste Rune, with the Bristlebacks getting pretty much uncontested farm on the top, even with the pulling and the problems that come with that Enigma. It's still a really good lane for him.
Yeah.
Phobos has had really successful rotations, now having 2 assists out of the 3 kills Team Spirit's got.
Yeah, he's been moving really well with FNG. That's usually what I try to look at especially when I'm looking at these type of games. It's like, I'm like, okay, Sand King AA, this duo combo should be getting some good amount of kills.
They found someone, found FNG, Vortex. No cold feet actually being applied, just letting FNG sit there. Iceberg will come over, raise 1, raise 2. Doesn't have the long range raise just yet. It comes off cooldown right now. It's not going to connect. FN goes for the Scream, intimidates them away. Iceberg did trigger the Haste Rune. Guess the distance. Shadow Strike's causing him a couple of health issues. Like a bad cold, he wants to shrug it off, and the Shrine will help with that. The cleansing fountain.
But yeah, this Clockwork is being quite a nuisance. This duo roaming kind of like SKA. They haven't been entirely duo roaming, but this Clockwork is pretty much counteracting their movements in every single time. This is what I was talking about with FNG. The last game that I saw them playing, the last time I saw Team Spirit playing, he pretty much, as a solo roaming hero, did better than the 2 roamers on the other team, and that seems to be what's happening so far in this early game. He gets 2 D wards as well just now. D ward's the one that was on the bottom side with the Sentry ward in the mid lane, and now he D wards the one on the top
They
side.
need the stun to connect. The blink forward of baited SF to stick around, and they just go straight in for the black hole. Vance goes to the neighborhood. Frostbite, he'll actually do it onto the Sand King. Not the Enigma. It was already too late to really cancel the effectiveness of that black hole.
They bring everyone for that one. All 5 heroes rotating toward the mid lane, even Chappie joining the fray.
Hi, Phobos. What are you doing here? He comes a little late. Guess he'll take the experience in the farm.
Sure.
But yeah, heavy commitment to kill off that Shadow Fiend.
This'll come in handy.
Pretty nice though. Good usage of the black hole. It's very early usage, you know. It's like 8 minutes. That actually looks like a movement right there that I'd see S4 make. Getting 6, instantly moving toward the mid lane to get a black hole opportunity. I feel like that's like something very common that I see S4 do when he plays this. And Ghostic already with Arcane Boots on his way toward that Midas. He's gonna have it very early. He's one of the top farming heroes in the game. 4th on the mark.
There's never really much point, right? Like holding onto your black hole, doing absolutely nothing but
No,
farming.
definitely not. Yeah, it's
Like
it's
at
great.
that point, you don't even level it up. But what do you level ahead of it? Once you got level 4 conversions, you're pretty content at farming everything. You only need 1 point Midnight Pulse and 4 points conversions, and you can farm any part of the jungle just as efficiently. This is good for BZZ.
Yeah,
Speaking of efficiency, it's full Ancients.
He can't clear it though. He's at and there's no shrine up, so those are actually gonna full heal from the Ancient Prowlers.
He needs Soul Ring in 3 seconds time, but I don't think he can lose that much life.
I don't think he can clear it even with that. I mean, if he distances himself properly, he probably can, but...
There goes the Soul Ring.
Oh, the Rocket actually claims one of them. I mean, that's his teammate, but...
It's fine.
So they're actually able to clear up
Crystal
most of it.
Maiden
Oh my god,
too,
he's
the
dropping
rooting.
pretty
Okay, Iceberg, you are required. So what, BZZ does all the work, and now Iceberg will have his net worth propelled forward.
low. Okay.
They have
It's taking them quite a while, though, to clear this stack. It's been like almost 45 seconds to kill it.
Issue when you go Hood over Vanguard. FN, maybe in a little bit of trouble. Blinks before the race. Gets away to safety.
Top lane FNG looks like he's going to be
He's
brought
dead.
down here.
Yeah, whole bunch of conversions. Stun.
Not needed.
Damage. That'll do it. Good movement for FN, not having to commit the Sonic Wave. Maybe not so great for Roger, but he's given himself a very...
Tail ends of a haste rune.
Yeah. I'm clicking on him, I didn't actually see the haste rune at the start, but he's moving like a haste rune.
Yeah, he got in. He got this haste rune, ran mid, and just started Sandstone pushing the wave out, and then got fissured. More stacks for BZZ. He's doing a double Ancient now, but he's much healthier, so he will be able to clear this one up quite nicely. And Enigma picking up that 10-minute Midas. So this is... Spirit has done a good job of making movements to put pressure with this Clockwork, but Empire overall, I think, has come out just a maybe tiny little bit ahead just because of how farmed this Enigma is. Quap, of course, is suffering a little bit versus that Shadow Fiend dual lane that was coming on, but yeah, that can happen.
Interesting to see his item build. Like, Arcane Boots, I can understand if he's going to go into the Greaves and then turn this into a 5-man push with a lot of strength, but he's going to get the BKB up next.
Yeah. The Arcane Boots became kind of like a staple. That was what...
Over Soul Ring?
Yeah, that's what like S4 started doing. You start with Boots and you start with like 4 Clarities, and rather than going for the Soul Ring build, you just rush the Arcane Boots. And yeah, it's just efficiency-wise. I've been seeing like a lot of the Enigmas actually doing it now, and most of them skip actually. They do skip the mech, but I've seen some they rush the Blink Dagger, others rush the BKB. It's really depending on the situation and what other heroes you have.
Just thinking in this game, like, both of the supports are not going to be looking to pick up a mech.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to get the Tranquils later on. But hey, yeah, BKB, judging by his farm rate, he'll be able to make all of those choices. And it'll only take him about maybe 25 minutes to get both the BKB, Blink, and mech up and running, depending how the team fights will go.
He should have it at good timing. Here's what we'll probably see. We might see Chappie leave the safe lane. He's got his face. He's got the drum finish.
FNG's in a lot of trouble. Midnight Pulse, they're looking for every bit of damage. The Cold Feet won't trigger. FNG has the movement speed, but with FN arriving, TP happens. FN, do you go for the blind scream? He does not. A little too late for it.
The Ice Vortex, I believe the magic resistance was clipping him, so I think if the Scream did go off there, they would have been able to finish him. It would have been close.
Roger actually took the stun. Gets frostbitten up. Echo slammed down. Another totem. Phobos. DK Phobos played that beautifully. And the SK, that was a very short range Burrow Strike, even for a level 2. He only just got to the other side of the fissure.
So Bristle's got Hood, got Vanguard. Time to try to defend those tier 1s, and he will be able to thwart Empire's push. I thought Chappie would actually make his way toward top as well while they were trying to pressure that tower, since he already had the phase drum, as I was mentioning. And that's usually like the move now we've been talking about for a long time with the safe laners. Your safe lane starts becoming less safe toward that 10-minute mark, and you usually move toward the opposite side of the map to put pressure. And now Chappie does head up there, though. But it is under vision of a ward. Clockwork Hookshot is online. Oh, but it misses. It is Roche.
That's the wrong target. Take him a long way from home, and Vanscore's dying. He knows he can't get the ulti off.
Shredded.
Not when Chappie has the Eye of the Storm already activated. FNG really needed to connect then. You shouldn't have praised him so much during the drafting phase.
Oh, come on. He's playing versus a phase drum. Phase drum Razor. That Razor, when he pops drum, is moving 500 movement speed. That ain't easy.
It really isn't. No to the Razor's item build. Gonna go in for the Halberd.
Yeah, it's really good this game versus SF and Bristle.
Stop all that damage, make it difficult for these heroes who don't naturally build early MKBs.
Yeah, the evasion's super good, and then of course versus Shadow Fiend, since range hero, that 5.5 second disarm is absurd.
Who even actually builds the Silver Edge in this game?
On Empire?
Yeah.
If they even want to build one. I think Queen of Pain can eventually, but I don't even know if they will want to even go for that. They probably just want to go for focusing normal items. Don't adjust to being playing versus Bristleback. Just play your own game.
FN lived. And he had a regeneration rune. Iceberg burnt the Requiem of Souls to try and kill off the Queen of Pain.
I thought I'd heard it.
I only caught the very, very end of it.
Yeah, I saw him pick up the Shadow Blade. I didn't know that he was going to go for a straight attempt to solo kill.
Yeah, neither did I, but he did it. And Queen of Pain just blinked away.
That 10 strength talent probably coming into play there.
Roger's going to be happy getting a little bit more space on this bottom lane.
Yeah.
Trying to get closer towards the Blink Dagger, so they got that jump in initiation.
See his skill build too. He didn't go any encaustic at all this game. He went just for the straight 3-4 build, focusing on jungling and pushing lanes out with that Sandstorm.
This feels really old school for the way you used to play SK.
Yeah.
But even, like, before they made it so the creeps would walk away from an invisible attacking source.
I think it's fine. Like, Caustic is cool and all to be chasing heroes when you're like going for kills all over the place, but this game has been pretty passive so far in the early game, only 4-4. So he's just focusing on his farm. Iceberg, Shadow Blade up.
Yeah, here we go again.
Roger.
He can see Roger quite clearly underneath the tower. Visual connect, raise 1, 2, punch. Very simple. And this is the second time now the SK's died in the bottom lane to the setup from DK Phobos, and then the follow-up from one hero. It was the Crystal Maid and Frostbite last time. Yeah. This time it's the damage of Iceberg.
I was fine with him sandstorming, pushing the wave up, but sandstorming under a tier 1 tower, that's just bold, Roger.
Yeah. Cocky. Cocky is the name of the game.
Yeah.
But top tier 1 towers being pressured.
Everyone level 6. They've all got their ultimates ready to go. AA Blast ready as well, but not a great place for them to try to take a fight.
There's a lot of early sustain items being picked up by Bristleback too. Like, you get the hook, that's going to help you with the Ancient Apparition, then the Vanguard, and then into a Solar Crest.
Chappie chasing down DK Phobos. Phobos does have a TP, but now the
Ice
AA Blast as well.
Perfect. If he hits a Plasma Field, then Phobos should die. But Chappie lost his phase boost. He couldn't go through the creep wave.
Yeah.
And because they've all left, now it's Team Spirit who actually apply a lot of pressure towards the tower.
FNG misses the hook shot again.
Was that blind? No, it wasn't blind. He definitely had the vision.
Yeah. Bit of a trade here, though. FN notices this, and he's split pushing the mid lane. So he should be able to claim this tier 1 tower for himself as well. He does on the Queen of Pain. So tower trades coming out. Empire should be able to pressure bottom a bit, though, but with a nicely placed fissure from DK Phobos, he's going to slow them down a bit. And Phobos is 200 gold from Blink Dagger. So them not really having a crazy amount of initiation, it's just really the Clockwork right now. That Blink Dagger is going to open them up to actually really taking fights.
I think Iceberg's going to attempt it again. He's got max souls. He'll have to wait 10 seconds-ish. And Ghostix checking. He's got Midnight Pulse off cooldown in 2 seconds time, which is exactly the same time as Shadow Blade. So if Iceberg goes invis now, you'll see Ghostix in the lane. And now...
I think he saw the presence of the Dark Lord for a second through the trees.
Well, he's got it on himself.
He's got it on him now.
Alright, TP support's coming in. This is the other indicator if you're paying attention, right? Now, FN jumping forward. Bristleback's the one being initiated on. They can't go for a straight press to the Dark Lord. Maybe inside the tree line. That'll work. Iceberg does let it rip. And the hook shot, this time from FNG, hits the mark and the double fissure. Enigma, the shortest black hole ever. Chappie even getting pushed back out. The Echo Slam. That's absolutely nothing. It whiffs completely. Chappie to the right, and you've got Maposhka to the left. Maposhka actually able to get the cold feet out on the Earthshaker, trying to hunt in the tree lines. A quick rocket. The Raze is too far away for Iceberg to connect on Chappie, but Maposhka under the tree line, under his tier 2 tower, will end up falling. And the one hero caught on the wrong side of the tracks is Roger.
That was optimistic. Going for a Bristleback at this stage in the game. Like, you look at his items, he's built Vanguard Hood. There's no way you bring him down in that type of instance. Even if you blow everything, you have to be in front of him. He can't be turn his back toward you. And the position at which they're taking the fight too just wasn't very smart. They even had an observer ward there. They saw Team Spirit setting up to defend that bristle. So it was a bit of a over-aggressive move. Roger, the CM freezing field gets go. Fanscore feels pretty happy off of that one. And Ghosted pauses the game. He's like, "All right, guys,
all right,
team
meeting. Let's stop the bleed. Someone find a band-aid." But Iceberg is in a position where he could easily take that mid. You can already see him hitting the Raze. He wants to inflict damage onto FN, make it so FN doesn't feel confident enough to stand here, and then just beat the tower down. Sonic
Blast.
He's got Sonic Wave.
Oh, it just misses Iceberg. I think if it may have hit him, they could have tried.
Hook shot.
Shot.
FNG found the target once more. He knew it was in the tree lines, making sure that FN can't just blink away safely. The goo will be disjointed by the blink.
Team Spirit playing so aggressive now. As
Yep.
soon as they get that one fight that goes in their favor, they just kick it up a notch.
They got that one fight. They got an entire Solar Crest on BZZ.
Yeah, it's
I thought it would take it longer, but he built the Talisman of Evasion first. The Razor, even if he does think about stealing the damage, he can't stand next to and inflict damage into BZZ.
Bristle boss.
This is just the easiest combo in the world. Bristol tanks tower, Iceberg kills tower. Bristle now gets Solar Crest. 72 HP regen a second when he has the Urn Charge too.
Yeah, so he's 22 without it. Yeah.
Roshan?
Could definitely be an option. They have 2 points in goo in the Solar Crest already.
The only thing you don't have is the Echo Slam just yet.
Yeah, I think maybe just wait for that one and then they can go for it. Or maybe just wait for a pick off with the Echo and then go in there. Because they do bring it down very quickly.
I want to see how much negative armor goes on Roshan.
It's going to be pretty low, especially with the presence of the Dark Lord, goo, and Solar.
He's sitting on a flat 15. Now
No Solar
negative
Crest
1.
applied yet. Still not using the Solar Crest.
No easy way to contest it. Like, Maposhka can scout out with the Ice Blast, but it's still level 1 against rather tanky heroes. And if push comes to shove, that's a BKB coming out to Iceberg. He is definitely able to stand the ground.
Ooh, he's actually already got it, huh? 20
Yep.
minutes, so he's feeling very good. 10k net worth, usually one of the things we like to see on a Shadow Fiend at 20 minutes. Ice Blast
FNG
coming on top.
FNG stole a double damage rune. Looking for a target. One to get shown. Chappie, he actually he dodged around. Triggers the drum charge. Vanscore, and he couldn't get in range for the Frostbite. He was trying.
But that's a Roche. 20 minutes in, onto a Shadow Fiend who already has BKB. Team Spirit has to be feeling very good coming into this one right now. That being said, though, Empire still farming very well. BKB already finished on the Enigma and Blink on Sand King in a moment, so they still have their items that they need to be able to take fights, but this Bristleback is definitely an issue. They need to stop. They need to not focus him. That one situation top is just can't happen again. They have to be able to get into the back lines. Look for that Earthshaker. Look for that Shadow Fiend or a Crystal Maiden. Just ignore that Bristle.
FM wants to pop somebody here. Just wants one person to come back to stop the catapult from beating into the tier 2 tower, but it looks like Spirit is properly committed.
And they knew. They looked like they knew that was actually happening on that side. FNG throws a rocket and scouts out the Queen of Pain in the tree lines.
Well, time to come home. Phobos is ready to fight with the Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker.
They can threaten high ground, but committing is another story.
Well, Roger does have his own Blink Epicenter available. He's not channeling just yet. Do they actually have vision? Yeah, they do. It's deep inside, and they pinged it. They pinged it. They know he's got the Blink Dagger.
I don't think they should continue this, yeah. As soon as they force 5 heroes back, they're going to get out and farm up a bit. It's too risky to push into Black Hole and Sanking Blink Dagger.
So the easier objective, push the tier 1, tier 2 tower on bottom lane.
Yeah.
The last remaining out of towns of Team Empire.
Be efficient with your Aegis. Play more of a suffocation game and farm as much as possible. Then take a risk like that. That's how you pretty much throw away your 5k lead if you get caught trying to push high ground this early.
This does put the pressure on Empire though. Like losing your tier 1 and tier 2 tower is something you still don't want to accept. So you might have to. Like, do you really want to commit to actually defend that, or do you say it's all about the high ground? That's how Empire win.
I think defending the tier 1 might be dubious, but going for the tier 2 could be a possibility. We have Aegis for another, what? It's been 2 minutes now, so it's got another like 4 minutes, but...
Yeah, you've got another 2 minutes and 36 seconds.
Yeah.
Ish. Actually, I can't say ish. I was rather accurate with that number.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's about 2.5 minutes.
You have the little counter, the little Roshan counter above the radar. Best thing to use.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot that even existed anymore. New additions to the game.
Wonderful ideas. Created by community, taken by Valve. And given to the people.
Yep. And that's what matters.
Orchid is up for FN. He can TP back and pick it up now if they want to try and defend something. Team Spirit was able to take out the tier 1 tower on bottom lane. BZZ's just doing this himself. But Empire's getting the best of the situation. Force in the top lane, get as much experience, as much farm as possible. And any kind of trade damage you can get on buildings, which will make Team Spirit think twice about committing to a high ground push. They still fear the team fight of Empire. The Blink Dagger is still a little bit off from Ghostic, so they're okay on that front.
They're going to do the same thing that they did in the top lane, though. Force reactions back and then disengage.
Rocket to scout the trees. They're keeping their eyes out for the SK. They don't want to let him just have an easy position. I'm also expecting some kind of sentry ward. Okay, Blink, Burrow, Bristleback. It's just chip damage on him. Aegis has still got a little bit longer left on it.
Can be probably if you get stunned by the cold feet, you know, it is 3.5 seconds where they can kind of like set up around, but they do need the Blink Dagger on the Enigma if they really want to go for those kind of committals.
Oh, there's your Burrow Strike again, catching out the Bristleback. A lot of damage being stolen with a Fear Shot. They're going to hawk in. Echo Slam is perfect. Ice Blast and Sonic Wave, however, also just as good. Team Spirit trying to recover the epicenter from Roger, doing some damage and some nice slow. Iceberg did BKB to protect himself. Razor is down, but the defense is there for Empire, with no Black Hole being used, but Empire did, as you said, had to use his buyback.
Perfect synergy there, though, coming in from FNG and DK Phobos. Hookshot into pretty much instant Echo Slam, deleting both of the big heroes on the side of Empire, being Chappie and Ghostic.
I suppose you got the regeneration, and the Aegis got a little bit longer. Should only have like another 10 seconds or so, so it's not that long.
Yeah, they're not really getting tower damage, though. You know, they're making it so Empire's not farming during all this, which is great, but they're not really claiming the building. Aegis gets reclaimed, but they look like they want to stay down here.
Well, he just slips the Eagle song in. You've got an entire butterfly coming on the courier to the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, he's 15,000 net worth.
Yeah, this is 25 minutes in. The Burrow Strike, a little bit of a missed target.
Roger.
The Force Staff forced him in further. They didn't see the sentry ward on the ground. He thought he was safe inside the Sandstorm, but the sentry is barely outside the range of the tower reveal. So here they come in. You got Iceberg with evasion. You got Bristleback.
Who Force Staffed
also with evasion.
Was it the Clockwork?
I think it was the Clockwork. FNG and his Force Staff. Iceberg. Oh, it's a double kill now for the Shadow Fiend. They're looking for more space. They're going to get it. Buyback was used by the Sand King.
FN's dead for 40, though. They bring him down very quickly. There's still no Sonic Wave online.
They got rid of the Radiant Sentry Ward.
Oh,
they
the
know
rocket
the
with
ob's
the
still
fissure.
there. That's just... Team Spirit are perfectly range harassing this out. No matter how much damage Chappie steals, he can't put it into any other hero here, and he keeps losing his teammates next to him. And if they're not careful when they're facing forward, FNG is going to do exactly what he did before. Force him into his own cogs.
Yeah. And the fact that Ghostic doesn't have that Blink Dagger, like he can't just BKB walk in and try to get that opportunity for the Black Hole. It's too difficult. And he's very far away from that Blink now after having to use that buyback.
They fortified. Roger, Burrow Strike, he's not doing the epicenter just yet. Phobos He has his Echo Slam
goodness.
back off cooldown. Tier 3 tower be lost, but Team Spirit, they gotta feel comfortable still.
Ghostic was literally mid-animation about to cast Black Hole on that Bristleback there. Felt a bit desperate. They're trying to just make the... They have to try to thwart this push somehow, but it's not looking possible.
They smoked. It broke on FN. So they're attempting a wraparound, maybe, to come outside then in. You still have no Blink Dagger on Ghostic, so he cannot get close enough. The Fissure on Razor, cancelling out once again. Any kind of big static link damage steal. And Chappie already burning the second shrine. They've only got one more shrine. It's too far away to be of any real effect. Ice Blast moving forward. Won't hit on any heroes. Only the chilling effect. But Phobos hits the Echo Slam. Follow up Fissure. Now your Black Hole. Spin him around. 3 on the merry-go-round. Bristleback. He'll fall down as well. That's what Empire really desperately needed. A big play from Ghostic. And he got the 3 big ones. After the Echo Slam was done. You'll lose your SK, but you don't give a crap.
High ground defended. They lost the tower, but Raxes were
This'll come in
defended.
handy.
And they stacked up. The Shadow Fiend and Bristleback. All the stuns were expended as well from Spirit. So even though the BKB was still on cooldown for Ghostic, Fissure was used, Echo Slam was used, the hook shot was used. All of their actual disable had already been used, and it gives Ghostic a beautiful opportunity. And he gets the perfect Black Hole.
Yeah. Couldn't have asked for anything better. Could have also not asked to have like a... Oh, okay.
Melted.
Oh, it's really it's sad. It's really sad. I shouldn't be this happy. Ancient Apparition dying like that. But it's a wonderful combination. Crystal Maiden as well as Shaker together.
Yeah.
And they're gonna beat.
They're not done. They're going again.
Yeah,
right away. Black Hole on
in.
cooldown. They're like, we can take this Rax right now.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they're pushing their advantage.
Level 4 Midnight Pulse is still going to cause issues for the Bristleback.
Yeah.
And that's where my concern is. Like, Clockwork's coming in, SS pushing in the mid lane, so he'll join him eventually. But with the Bristle adding pressure, this gives SF all the space to build up his souls as he goes down the mid. And then he'll join the fray. BZZ. Like, he's looking further ahead. He's going for a Radiance as his next item.
Oh, the Force Staff from FNG.
FNG. They used 2 of them. Phobos as well, teaming up. So Chappie using his BKB. FN trying to get rid of that Crystal Maiden. Thanks to the Orchid, she should eventually pop. In fact, does do so. Back inside the mid lane. Chappie escaping from Iceberg's BKB SF. And the Earthshaker. Team Spirit are forcing the issue. They still could have potentially taken Shrine, but they're sticking with this.
I mean, they know that the Black Hole's still down. They want to get a Rax off of it.
70 seconds.
And the Blink Dagger's now finished on the Enigma.
You have Echo Slam from Phobos. Level 2. Level 2 Echo.
Chappie has to be careful. His BKB's on cooldown.
Yep. Burrow Strike. Catching out the Bristleback. Roger a little bit too deep. Now Chappie. Oh, Ghostic blinks in with a BKB. And he's actually baiting it. He's like, guys, you may think I don't have Black Hole, but I'm going to make you react like I do. And they instantly split up and left the Bristleback alone. Did he just do the ultimate fake out?
I believe he did. I do believe he did. But yeah, perfect spell usage there coming out for them. Bristleback dropping, and Bristle went kind of like all-in items so far. You know, he went for the Boots of Travel, went for the full pipe to enable his Shadow Fiend and everything. But it's okay as a Bristleback this game. He's not the acting one. Shadow Fiend is the one in this game.
Burrow Strike, Roger, not getting the target he wanted to. Battery Assault pulls him out now, and well, it's a quick Orchid. They 4-staff him down, so FNG may have to give up his life for this. Want a quick hook shot. Echo Slam. Okay, that's even nicer. Chappie and Maposhka fighting underneath their own shrine. The Iceberg will go on top of the Shadow Fiend, beating into Chappie, and he doesn't have enough life to survive. SF will fall. His death only doesn't get anything, and FN into a second round of Orchid, looking to kill up the Crystal Maiden. Thanks to Phobos' Fidget, though, Vanskor will have enough space and the shrine to regenerate.
Uh-oh. The BKB is coming out for Empire there and paying highly versus Team Spirit's lineup. On top of the shrine as well, Razor able to turn the fight against Shadow Fiend. I like how you said the Iceberg coming on top of Shadow Fiend as well. That was good. I caught that one. But yeah, Empire able to defend their Rax and claim themselves a couple kills. Take a look at the net worth. It's quite a big swing now. It's about an 8,000 or 7,000 in the past few minutes. So Spirit trying to claim what they could while the Enigma Black Hole was down, but
The experience was the biggest one.
yeah.
That's like the lead for Team Empire. It's when Spirit's going to kind of like change the pace. You can still take out Shrines. You can still try and control up Roshan. The exposed rack is on the bottom. It's not that hard to keep the pressure in there.
Yeah, the problem is now, though, the threat of the Enigma.
Yeah.
He's got the cooldown reduction talent as well, with Blink and BKB. So now Team Spirit is definitely feeling like, oh god, we don't have a BKB canceling through Black Hole except for Clockwork. It's literally just on FNG.
So split it up.
That's what they have to
Bristleback
do.
can push by himself. You don't have like a great way to get him back into the fight though, like unless someone's going to be picking up BTs. Oh, wait, hang on. What is Bristleback holding on to?
Yep.
BTs.
Split push to the sides, but with the combination of everything that Empire does have, like you said, with Midnight Pulse being pure damage, it's an insane amount of damage. Hood doesn't matter. Hood does not negate. Of course, if his back is turned, it does, but with everything else that they do have, they have a lot of lockdown. You know, if he gets caught by that cold feet and gets stunned up, they actually have a good chance of killing him with the Ice Blast.
They smoked right in front of Roshan and right underneath the Radiant Observer Ward. Empire is waiting for it. The hook shot's gonna miss. Burrow Strike, BKB from Iceberg managed to dodge the effect of it. And Chappie, he's isolated from the rest of his team. The cogs of FNG have split the fight. So will the Fisher. And Chappie just keeps marching forward. BKB will wear off in a bit. Phobos is ready to turn around. Remember, Echo Slam is still Team Spirit's primary form of initiation. FNG is just the one that'd like to have work.
They have so many 4-staffs on the side of Team Spirit already. Just 3 of them already at this point. It's really hard for him to get a good link and to actually do anything, especially in combination with Cogs too. FNG's playing incredibly good with those in the spots that he's putting them. And he's going for that Aghanims rush. So if he does get the Aghanims, in theory, you know, he can hook and start the fight, and then 12 seconds later, if there is a black hole kind of coming out, he can re-engage and hook again to kind of cancel it. So I do like that he's going for that item build.
The Dire scanned. FN triggered it, and instantly the Earthshaker backed off. But he only bounced up for the haste stream. So Roshan begins. Vanskor, Observer and Sentry down. His Sentry is in range of the 2 other Sentries, and the Boris Strike from Roger connects beautifully on both FNG, but Echo Slam from Phobos, the control, but here's your Black Hole, catching 2 of them, the hook shot, FNG just goes into the hole, combining with the Sonic Wave, Team Spirit, lose hope, you just got Shrek'd. Keep on running out of there, SF, Ghostix behind, he doesn't have the stun available, and Iceberg does have the Shadow Blade to hide inside of. Spirit just wanted Roshan, but Ghostix positioning, and once again the issue of the spin inside the black hole, making it impossible for FNG.
Yeah, unable to get that hook shot. Queen of Pain surviving as well. Those BKBs showing just how powerful they are versus that kind of combo that Team Spirit does have. And Enigma, the threat of the hole.
Unbelievably good. Once he has Octarine, this is...
huge problems.
Yeah. It's already massive issues. But Team Spirit have one huge thing on their side. I actually double-clicked the wrong part of that. The Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
Building into the Monkey King bar. Then the evasion he's playing up against on the Razor won't be as much of a problem.
However, his BKB is down to 5 seconds already.
Yeah.
So
Not
he
good.
can literally get disarmed. He BKBs, and he can't attack the entire duration of his BKB if he gets disarmed.
FNG's looking for a target. It's the one he can't kill, the Queen of Pain.
And Queen of Pain is about to have a full assault up, which is going to help a lot versus the mass physical damage from that Shadow Fiend.
They're going again.
I mean, they gotta. This black hole is down. They have to get something out of it.
Well, FN's pushing the bottom lane. So Tier 2 Tower will go the way of Team Empire. Ice Blast. It does clip BZZ. And now Midnight Pulse as well. It's not healthy enough to stand inside the pit. Ghostix does burn his BKB. He keeps doing this. He's trying to play the intimidation game. His BKB's down to 6 seconds because of this.
I think he got scared. The Earthshaker went to Fisher him, so he was a bit afraid of that
Chappie,
one.
you're a little bit far out. Phobos with a great Fissure block. Chappie left to BKB himself. Hasn't started up the static link just yet. Looking towards the Earthshaker. Just wants to run away from this fight. The dust is out. Roger, keep running away. Maybe he has a Burrow Strike to create space. He does.
FN gets the bottom tower during all this.
He's actually beating
racks.
the tier. What? Oh, boy.
They're just buying space there.
They have the catapult with the creep wave. Oh, no, there's a new one going to spawn up, but the catapult will keep going. They have to back out. They got Roshan to 50%, and Team Spirit have to go home.
Excellent movement there by Empire, forcing that engagement there on the left. Chappie ends up living too. He, of course, has to expend his BKB. Same thing with Ghostic, but it's all space for that bottom lane. Range Rax dropping down to 300 HP. And like you mentioned, Roche was half HP, but it was Spirit trying to claim an opportunity because Black Hole was down, but now Black Hole's back online. And he's going to have Octarine very soon on Enigma.
4k gold already on him. He can buy the soul booster or the staff now if he wishes. Also, efficiency, hand of Midas. Timing, please.
No creeps around.
Yeah, he'll need to actually go all the way down to the Sada Tormentor.
He wants to stay near his team, though.
They keep doing this. They keep throwing the ward. I can't believe the other Observe Ward got through a full duration, blocking the Ancient Camp. I guess the most obvious block ever until BZZ stands on the box. Alright, no one was on the box. They know they're being looked at. Roshan at 2k HP. The sentry was down, so FNG can get rid of the obs.
They buy a gem as well. They have 2 couriers, I realized, on the side of Spirit.
Maybe it's just a CIS thing.
I've been seeing a lot of teams doing that 2 courier thing lately.
Roshan. Low. BZZ would just love to slip in there and grab it.
Looks like Razor's going to be the one building the Silver Edge later, too. We saw this from, I think Chappie did this yesterday, too.
Chappie moves forward. 4 staffs, FNG. Burning off just a little bit of mana. They wanted the double 4-staff, but Phobos was just out of range for his 4-staff to work.
They're just standing at opposite sides looking at each other.
Showdown. Forest strike in. SF, can they kill him for the BKB? Echo Slam from Phobos. It doesn't stop Chappie, and here's Ghosting. The Black Hole's out once more. Bristleback is locked in. Ice Blast up. They'll lose 2 here, Team Spirit. Just great initiation from Team Empire. Time and time again, they are hitting the sweet spot, the Spirit spot.
They can't mess with this. They can't mess with the fight from Empire now at this point. This BKB Black Hole is way too threatening. It's up every 2 minutes now at this point. And FN also, with how much farm that he's gotten through this game, or she's gotten on the Queen of Pain, he's so durable. Like, he's got 2,400 HP with an AC, with Veil, just so much armor. Even though they get a beautiful Echo Slam, the Glimmer Cape comes out from the AA, so the magic resistance is there, and then they're able to turn that fight around with that massive Black Hole from Ghosting.
And
they're just starting to fall further and further behind now. Team Spirit, the Bristleback has pretty much stagnated his item build. He's been sitting on this Bots Pipe Vanguard Solar Crest for the past like 10 minutes.
But it's crazy to think, like, once he picked up the BTs, you're like, oh, okay, now he's going to actually try and split push. You thought the rhythm of this game was going to change for Team Spirit, but they keep doing the same thing. They're doing 5-on-5 fights against Team Empire.
They feel forced to,
like,
though, right?
Yeah.
They're like, we have to, they were like, oh, Hole is down, we have to get something out of it, right? That's their mentality, but they're unable to do it even versus when the Hole was down.
They need time to farm up BZZ. They need to give him space, they need to give him stacks. Having their Ancients being blocked that consistently, like, already tells me, too, that Team Spirit are not in the farming mindset.
Now it's Chappie with Cheese, Silver Edge finished, so now Bristleback is going to look way weaker. Bristle is already looking pretty susceptible to dying every single time he gets put under the Midnight Pulse and gets disabled up. But now with Silver Edge, it's going to be very easy to bring him down.
Because the supports are also so underfarmed, there's no Lotus Orb. The Bloodthorn, which is freshly on FN, they can't even dispel this.
Yeah, Bloodthorn is going to be very nice versus both the Shadow Fiend and the Bristle, since both of them do have evasion. It's also good versus Earthshaker too. Not because of the evasion, but of course, you know, the silence. So.
Alright, Team Spirit. Now you know how Vega felt the other day. Except I don't know if their high ground defense is anywhere near as strong.
This is what we were talking about, though, in like the whole drafting thing. Is Team Spirit does have their strengths, but it's once that Enigma gets the Blink BKB, the whole entire game just kind of changes. And you can just look at the graphs, and if that's not a telltale sign, I don't know what it is. It's almost 17,000 gold swings in the past 20 minutes or so.
And it's about 23,000 for the experience.
Yeah.
Here comes Team Empire. Up into the base. They already exposed the bottom lane before. And they're looking to expose the top.
So he builds his own Lotus Orb instead of going for the Radiance build.
He has to. He had to.
Yeah, I mean, he has to have something to like defend himself. It's mean, now that puts him to a point, though, he is not scaling. Now it is a single core Shadow Fiend for the real brute force of the damage on the side of Spirit. And that's a single core, like, you know, single damage dealing Shadow Fiend versus a team with Enigma on it, which is very scary for Spirit.
But this does work now. Like you have the Earthshaker pushing in the bottom. You move back out. You farm up inside your jungle. Yes, you're not scaling properly, but if you can get BZZ time to get the Octarine, you may get strong enough where you can survive the black hole or the initiation and do enough damage to Empire that you can at least cripple one of their lines.
I think that's the issue. Is like they might be able to survive the Enigma, maybe be able to survive the black hole, but I think the damage is the big issue for me now at this point. Just because of how massive this Queen of Pain is. 3,000 life pretty much with this much armor, and now with level 25 with the 70% lifesteal, it's going to be very problematic for them to actually bring her down. As well as with Chappie. I mean, Chappie's sitting at 3,000.
Oh, Vanscore, Ghost Stick, that's too much damage. You'll have to commit the black hole, but it works. CM and Shadow Fiend both caught in it. Vanscore will die. Not quite certain what Iceberg wanted to do there. The Crystal Maiden, I think, accepted her fate and just let the ulti go. But the SF tried to help out.
Every black hole is just becoming better and better. And now with the Octarine finished up too, you see how low the cooldown is on that black hole. He just used it, and it's going to be up again in 74 seconds.
It also seems crazy, like, every time he uses black hole, like, originally, the two cores getting caught in is absolutely fantastic. Now, get a support and a core, and you already create the space that the black hole needed to.
Yeah. 100-second cooldown on that black hole. It's up at 60. And they're going for a Rax now. Shadow Fiend dead for 40 seconds. He does have buyback, but is not looking to expend it.
I'll take the full top Rax. He'll defend it for a second lane of Rax, or maybe once the CM is back up again. Roger, Burrow strikes into the bristleback. As, well, Lotus Orb for protection. Hookshot forward. It's FN. They need to keep the stuns up, however, but there's a Glimmer Cape. He just waits and blinks.
Yeah, there's a gem on FNG to see him through the Glimmer, but that extra magic resistance. I mean, Phobos doesn't want to commit on that anyway versus an Aegis.
And there goes the Aegis Immortal reclaimed. But FN rapidly approaching his own Scythe of Vice. Tier 3 tower at mid at 1/3 of its life. And the bottom Rax is already chipped away. This is a hard game. And we are over the 40-minute mark, so there's double action runes. Double damage for Chappie, and there's an Arcane Rune on top.
Yeah. Quad finishing up a full Hex, too.
Do we get the Arcane Rune Enigma now?
So wait, what did... Oh, okay. I was like, FN has a Hex? So he sold the Veil to finish the Hex there.
Moposhko has finished up his Solar Crest.
Woo! Wait, he's got the full Solar or just the Medallion?
He's got a full Solar Crest.
Really? Wow, he's actually very farmed.
And there's a Plate Mail for Chappie.
Alright, so they're... Yeah, I mean, if they take out Rax, they're going to be getting a lot more items, and since they've been winning for the last, like, 15 minutes or so, that'll start to happen. Start to accrue more and more. So Shiva's finished up now for Chappie, about to be level 25 too. They're looking very strong right now in comparison to Spirit. It's Shadow Fiend versus the world pretty much now.
Good luck.
Good luck indeed when you're playing
I'm
versus
still
Enigma.
waiting for Enigma to see the Arcane Rune on top before they go into this
Oh
fight.
yeah, that would be lovely.
Like, it's...
But I mean, it would be lovely, but it's not, it's not super necessary. He's already got 100-second cooldown on Black Hole. Diary throws a scan. They do know that something is coming toward them right now, and they move it up.
It's the Silver-Edged Razor.
Yeah. What else they have picked up? So it looks like Earthshaker's going to be going for a BKB to try to get those type of... have a little bit of freedom when he tries to go, but it doesn't help versus BKB Black Hole. And FNG still just sitting on that point booster, building toward a Lotus Orb next. So he never will get that Aghanims, it seems, to be able to do multiple hooks. It was
a dream of an age long past for Team Spirit.
Whoa.
Okay.
Clock hook with a blink. He's trying to get the better angle to get the hook shot onto the Enigma.
It has to be the only way.
Yeah. I can't think of any other reason why.
But now Enigma has a refresher orb. So you've got double the BKB, double the black hole.
Oi, oi, oi.
That is a correct way to describe the situation.
Yeah.
Like, you can't keep vision up because FN's jumping around with that gem.
Very problematic.
And also, because the Sentry Ward, they just scattered out the Yobs. Alright. You're dark on the map apart from creep waves. Your only advantage is this bottom lane for Team Spirit.
Yeah. They don't really have a lot going for them right now at this point. They pretty much have to just blow every ability up on somebody if they do want to try to get a pick off when they're split up. And that's what
Here
they
they
might
come.
actually do. They might be able to get FN here if they do see him with the Echo.
If they can't catch him, they're going to get Maposhka, but the Gem of True Sight revealed Phobos. He ran down under the cover, hookshot 4 from FNG, the Sonic Wave. It does do a hell of a lot of damage to FNG, and FN just goes in. He's got extra help arriving. The Burrow Strike, however, catching him out. Iceberg hit by the Vol. Oh, okay,
Oh, no.
CM solo Black Hole, but don't worry, there's more where that came from. Refresher forward with the Maleficent stun. Shadow Fiend just can't run. There's no more BKB to protect him. Earthshaker will die, and this is pretty much the game right now. You've lost too many heroes. It's a glory Black Hole at the end. The buyback can come in from the Bristleback. You may have it from your other cores, and the Echo Slam may be available, but it's too much to repel.
Yeah, it's way too much right now that Empire has. You see how confident FN feels as well, just blinking into 4 heroes.
They should double buyback. Bristol got initiated on. Just jumped straight at the Orchid on the Earthshaker, so we can't jump in an Echo Slam.
God, it's so ridiculous that BKB is a 30-second cooldown on Enigma. Like, he just used it and it's back up again.
Hookshot, FNG goes in, the Burrow Strike catching at the Bristleback, Echo Slam, nice from Phobos, here's your follow-up, they may just have enough damage, no, delusions of grandeur, Empire, they have the GG call out from Team Spirit.
It was a pretty legit Echo Slam and combo, but yeah, this Queen of Pain and just way too strong at this point. And Ghostic with some very nice black holes and just good rotations. Like that mid rotation he did with his first black hole, he always just seemed to be in the right place at the right time on this Enigma. Spirit had a good lead coming into this game. They had like, what, a 12,000 lead going for that bottom racks, but unable to finish it off. They were like, oh, black hole's down, we can do something here, but Bristleback just gets blown up by all the ultimates at one point, and then it's just Empire claiming a couple extra kills on the retreat from Spirit, and that's pretty much what led them to start having their advantage in this game.
It actually has to be the most active Hand of Midas Enigma I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned S4 playing a very similar kind of style, but it was also like rotations and effective ones every single time from the offlaner.
Yeah.
And without a blink dagger. Like, that's the crazier thing. The black hole inside the base on top of the tier 3 tower and bot lane, that for me was the turning point where Team Spirit just lost.
Yeah.
They lost all the momentum and they never gained it back. But we'll see what they can do in game number 2. Of course, this is a best of 5. One game is nowhere near enough to get you to the international. You're going to work it hard for the full slog through the full best of 5. Team Empire, one game up. Will they end the Spirit run? Or will it be Team Spirit forcing us into at least a game 4? We'll find out after the break.